Big shoes for a big man.
Good morning, folks. How you doing today? Well, I'm going to start on the shoes project today, building shoes for Uncle Dorkle's ass and legs. Of course, it rained last night. The bench is all wet here. So I have to work out here because the shed is too damn crowded. I can either work there or I can work on the picnic table. It's a nice day. Leaves are coming down. And you know what that means. It won't be long before the snow will be coming down. We got a mild day today, so we're going to take advantage of the weather. I'm too close to this bird feeder. The birds won't come in it. Oh, I'm going to put some cardboard down so I can work. And what I'm going to do is make the soles out of probably 1/2-inch plywood. That shouldn't be too heavy, and then the sides will be made out of cardboard. Okay, this piece of plywood is 31 3/8 inches long. My shoe is, as close as I can read it, 12 inches. That's why they say 1 foot, you know. This is how you measure 1 foot. Well, we're going to make it bigger than that. As close as I can read it, I'm going by this line here on the board. My shoe is about 5 inches wide from here to here. This board is about 7.5 inches wide. What I'm going to do is to try to trace my shoes, but I want the feet to be 7.5 inches wide, and we got to cut down 31 3/8 or whatever. That's where I get a problem with the math here, but we just keep cutting and trying until we get it. So in other words, we want to make 2 pieces out of this, and we want as big a feet as we can. What I want to do is make the shoes. If you ever watched the Munsters, Herman Munster had those huge shoes. Well, that's the effect I want with this. So the bottom, this is 3/8 plywood. This isn't half like I was originally going to do it with, but it gives me some material to fasten the cardboard sides. The sides and the top and the back and everything else is going to be made out of cardboard. This is just the soles, and this will give me a place to fasten these PVC pipes from his legs down onto here. So the first thing I want to do is to start tracing out a pattern. What I might do is get my winter boots and try it and see how big they are, and then try to extend it out so that I'm getting the full width here. Okay, I used my snow boots. These are the old ones, but they're no bigger. They're only 12 inches long. So instead of trying to get the left and right look, I'm not going to worry about that, as long as it looks like a foot and it's got the narrow part here and the heel here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to tack these together, and I'm going to run this through my scroll saw, and I can cut 2 of them out of this pattern. I'll just put this one underneath this after I cut it. Get my scroll saw out here and cut this. Now my scroll saw is 15 inch, got a 15-inch throat on it. This is 15.5, so I guess I could probably work around that carefully. I should be able to. If not, I use the saber saw. So that's basically how it's going to be. I wanted to come out a little wider, and I could, I guess, and I might just do that to get the full width of this. I want these feet to be as big as possible. We'll come back on the video when I'm ready to cut this out. Alright, I'm going to cut this in half first, right here, and I'm going to lay this piece underneath this and fasten them together and then cut them as one pattern. can fasten these two together. I'll do that off camera so that I can cut them both together. I'll just put some little nails in there and make sure that when I use the scroll saw I don't obviously hit the nails. So we'll come back in the video and 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Alright, as you can see I've got them nailed, and I circled the nails so I wouldn't hit them. I shouldn't be that blind I can't see the red line. But they're pancaked here so I can put it through the scroll saw. So we're going to try if I can stay on the line here.
Let's build some big shoes.
So now we got to do it. The hard part comes, making the cardboard sides. I've got a box in the shed that I'm going to use for that, and some kind of an arrangement at the heel area to fasten these to the PVC pipe on his legs. So we'll come back on this in a minute. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around like this. We're going to make the heel first. So first of all I have to slice this, and I'll show you so I get it done here. This will enable me to staple it down to the plywood on the inside. I was originally going to staple it on the outside, but it's only 3/8 inch thick plywood, and it's not going to hold very good. So what I got to do, let me just go around like this. We're centered. We'll bring this piece in. We'll put one staple here. Okay, 1 3/8 inch staple. We got to bring it out. We got to bring it out so it's formed properly. Naturally, there'll be masking tape on these areas here. Come back in the video in a minute. Okay, as you can see, these are going to be very high shoes. I don't know whether they're going to be this high or not. At least the heel will be higher than the toe part. Okay, so we're not cutting any of this yet, because what I want to do is to make this part. But before I do that, I'm going to go make the heel for this side. I'll do that off camera. Okay, I've got the 2 heels made. Not perfect, but my first time ever doing this. These would be like work shoes, so the backs would be higher. What I'll do is now make a piece to go right around. I don't know if the cardboard is long enough to go completely around in one shot, or I have to do it in 2 pieces. I really don't know, but we'll find out. Okay, I've got 2 pieces cut. They're 5 inches high, but they're only going to be 4 inches high because I got to make this mounting ridge here. So that's going to be the toe, what they call a toe box. Why they ever call it a toe box, I don't know, because it's not a box. But anyways, so this folds very easily and rounds off because you see the corrugations here. So if you make anything out of cardboard, naturally you want it this way. You don't want to have it this way, you know, because you won't be able to fold make a nice curve, and that's the that's the secret to making things out of cardboard that's round. Most of you probably know that anyway. So anyways, we're going to commence to make the toe box, and this should be long enough to go from here. We overlap a little here, and we go around and we overlap here, and then the masking tape will take it from there. Trying to form the toe box now. Trying to form it to the contour of the plywood. This is why I had to have plywood soles, because otherwise I'd have no way of making a proper form. Now this might be a little long. It's better long than short. I can always cut it off. It's easier than adding on, because it makes a sloppy job when you add on. How well, if at all, you can see that. I think I've got a few more staples in there. Show you so far here. Basically, this is what I'm doing. We'll finish this and come back in a minute. Okay, what I did is I buttered these up here so that there'll be masking tape, but it won't be that much, and I can masking tape on the inside. So now what we're going to do is naturally we'll make a pattern here to make it look like a heel, and what I'm going to have to do probably is to put a lip on here or something so I can put the top on. But we're going to make the other one up before we do anything. We'll do this off camera on the second one. We'll come back on it.